Okay, so we're picking up where we left off from. We were on Genesis 47. I'm super excited about this one because we'll be finishing up Genesis 47 after reading 3 more chapters, and then we will be going to Exodus. So, I'm super excited about that. But today, as we were reading, we read when Joseph went to the land of Pharaoh, and they all went in. They took all their stuff and their possessions in the land to Egypt, and then Pharaoh told Joseph and his father and his brothers to join him wherever they wanted, whatever region. And they said they were going to go to Goshen. Then they said the land of Ramesses. And like I said, all these things have a lot more depth in them than when you first read it. Because when you first read it, you understand it from a humanly, worldly perspective, like, okay, land, food, water, are basic elements that we think of. And then when you get stronger in the spirit and you start to see things in a spiritual sense, like I said, the Bible is written past, present, and future. So, like the Bible, and Jesus said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to be with you. And in that sense, is different. You can go to theology school, to religious school, whatever you do, whatever your religion or practice is, it doesn't matter. If you go to those type of schools, it will teach you to do things a certain way, how to say things a certain way, the Greek, the Roman, statutory theology and history. But there's nothing like witnessing to somebody. There's nothing like ministry and holding somebody, seeing their tears, sharing their pain. The difference is either you walk away and you react by hate, gossip, getting upset, or you learn to put it in God's hands. You learn to pray for them when you go to bed at night. When you start thinking about all your prayers, and then something hits you when you think about what happened that day, what you heard, the things that people openly shared with you. And I always tell everybody, and if I don't get a chance to, I always say thank you for sharing what you did. I know it's not easy to share. I'm a human. I have things I probably wouldn't just openly say to everybody, but I am thankful for the opportunities I have had a chance to, and I'm thankful for the people that do share their lives with me. And I just even with anything everybody's posts or people's status, I keep those things in heart. I don't ever forget. Somebody tells me about their mother, their father, their cousin, their aunts, their daughter, their child, their son, their grandmother, their uncle. I mean, I don't forget these things. These things I keep in my heart. I keep in my prayers. They're they're part of what keeps me strong and keep me going. Aside, of course, from my own things, it's just the knowing of things that I've seen that I know can change and do make a difference. I I am I'm at a spiritual level where I'm in a different conscious mind than most people, but it is not easy, but I am thankful because I rather know than not know. That way I can help myself, protect my family, protect my children, protect those around me to the best of my ability, and to be able to do it for others. And to do anything other than that would just be selfish of me, and I don't live a selfish life, and I thank God for that. And but there's nothing like, you could say you could learn this and learn that. I don't knock education. Education is wonderful. But sometimes I think to myself, if I'm in a situation and somebody is hungry or starving, and I start to tell them about statistics, and I start to tell them about the ratio of people starving, or I start telling them about how many people are dying, that is not going to fill the need of what they hunger for at that time. So do not get overwhelmed yourself with things and not make a difference because of the things you do. Study because you want to make a change. Study because you want to make a difference, but don't stop there. Don't let that be the only thing you do. Okay. And then so Jacob went in the land. Obviously, he was smart because God gave him the dream, and he knew how much of years the famine were coming in, how many grains he should store. But even then, they ran out. Well, the land of Canaan ran out, and the Egyptians, and everybody in Pharaoh's palace was full, except of course, his people and the people from the land of Canaan. And they gave them their money, they gave them their food, they gave them their livestock or horses or grains. They gave them everything. This is all we have left is our bodies and our land. And you hear things like that and you think, well, that's really sad. But we are not anywhere near far from that, or even more in depth than that. Because we are left to be slaves. And and I don't want to say that like it's a good thing. I'm saying that because it's something that people shouldn't overlook. You should put more priorities in what our priorities more straight than what they are. You know, it's good to have nice things and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it matters what you have in your house. That's going to keep you alive through those times of famine. And also, Jacob blessed Pharaoh, not once, but twice. And he said, then a fifth of the harvest of the crops will belong to Pharaoh for the rest of your life. And then, I don't want to go over this so you won't forget these things. And of course, it said that Israel, that they prospered rapidly, and Jacob's family grew rapidly. And then, in the end, where Jacob told his son Joseph, "Promise me, put your hand, under my right hip," and he said, "Under my hip." As a favor, as a note, he said, "Do not bury me here. Take me to the land of my ancestors." And he said, "I will." And he said, "With your unfailing love and your honor." You know, when you speak like that, I don't really think only speaking to Christ, God, and telling him, "With your unfailing love, do this for me." With those requests, when we put out our requests, things are in our heart. So don't leave me here. Don't let me stay buried here. Take me to the land of my ancestors. And he said he did, and he would. And he said he bowed humbly at the bed of his head, at the head of his bed. And we'll stay there, and we'll be back, like I said, to get closer to finishing up the book of Genesis. All right, thanks. God bless.